Welcome to Nina's Knots Crochet. I'm Lynanne. If you're new here, hey, thanks for stopping by and checking out my channel. It's all about crochet. A little bit about knitting, a lot about yarn, but mostly about my journey through this fantastic yarny community. Returning subscribers, thanks so much for coming back, spending a little bit of your Tuesday with me. Today is a combination video. It's Tunisian Tuesday, and we'll get to the Tunisian part of it in a minute. But it's also the hashtag OTCS National Crochet Month Challenge. And that's a challenge that Ola Joe sent out to the YouTube streets, and I'm participating. And so today's challenge was to do something silly. In the bag. We could do something silly, right? So some of the silliest people I know are my friends in Zoom, and one of them is Laura from Mad Mamie's Crochet and Farming, and she is collecting crocheted eggs with a prize inside for the month of May. You'll have to go, I'll link her below, go check out her channel. She talks about it occasionally. I'm sure you can find some video where she talks about her egg month of May. So I decided that I am going to crochet her an egg and put a prize inside. It doesn't really look like an egg. There's a prize inside and I have to finish it. But I have to go get some stuffing. So it's just really a cute little egg shape right now with a prize inside. My plan is sometime today, I am going to run down to the dollar store. See, I don't live close to any of the craft stores. So my thought was, I'm going to go buy some cheap pillows and just pull them apart and use the stuffing that's in the pillows. Because I want to make another leggy bunny, or a few more leggy bunnies, because I want to make a bunch for my grandkids for Easter. I want to make a couple more emotional support chickens that Jackie has, because Hanan and Henrietta need boyfriends. So I got to come up with some boys. Actually, Henrietta lives with Tom. Henrietta is Tom's emotional support chicken. He uses this as a neck pillow. It's the perfect shape, you guys. He just sticks his head right here in his neck, and it's the perfect thing. So it's very much an emotional support pillow for Tom when he's in the living room. Anyway, so I'm going to make a couple more chickens and come up with some boy names for them. So I need some stuffing, and I really don't want to make the 45-minute drive into Ocala to get the stuffing. So I'm going to go buy some cheap, either decorative pillows or kid pillows at the dollar store, tear them out and use the stuffing that's in there. Outside the box, kind of silly, so that my orange egg will be more egg-shaped. So by Wednesday, this will be more egg-shaped, but I wanted to show you my little silly egg that really kind of isn't an egg just yet. It just needs some stuffing. The variegated, see, this side's two-toned because I ran out of the variegated. It was just some cotton I had laying around, and this is just some big twists that I added to. It's an Easter egg. It's not a real egg. It's an egg shape silliness. So that's the silly part for today for the hashtag OTCS National Crochet Month. Put that hashtag in and find out who's all doing it. There are a few that I'm aware of. Ola Joe is doing it for sure. I think Lynette from Charm Grammy is doing it. So go check out who else is doing it and see what silliness they're getting into today. So the next thing we got to do, because it is Tuesday, is Tunisian Tuesday. Today I'm going to teach you how to do the Tunisian twisted knit stitch, and I just pulled out a row. It is a really, really pretty stitch. It's a little bit fiddly. I'm not going to lie to you. It's a little bit fiddly, but it's worth it in the end. So here is the tutorial for the twisted knit stitch in Tunisian crochet. Enjoy. So hey, welcome to Tunisian Tuesday. Today's tutorial is going to be the Tunisian twisted knit stitch. It gives a little variation to the knit stitch. It's a really pretty stitch, and it's not difficult. It can tend to be a little fiddly. So like always, I'm just using some big twist acrylic, my 7mm Knitter's Pride Dreams hook on a cord. And to get started, you can do your simple single crochet foundation row if that's what you want to do, or you can just do the regular foundation row, which is what I'm going to do. For this one in particular, make sure that you're making your chains loose because it's going to be a little bit fiddly when we get to it. So you want to be able to maneuver into the stitches. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. If you are interested in some more instruction on the single crochet foundation row, check out my playlist. I think I talked about it in the first and second tutorials that I did in length. So you can go back and check those out. So once you got your chain, and with this stitch, you don't need any specific multiples, go ahead and rotate your hook or your chain, insert your hook, yarn over and pull up a loop. And you're going to do that all the way down. Yarn over, pull up a loop, insert your hook, yarn over, pull up a loop. We're going to do that all the way to the end. The goal is, like always, the same number of loops on your hook as if you're starting chain. I have 10 chains. I'm going to need 10 loops on my hook. 2, 4, 6, 8, and 10. So that is your foundation chain, and you're just going to do the traditional return pass, which is a yarn over, pull through 1, then yarn over, pull through 2, all the way down until you have 1 loop left on your hook, just like that. So that's just the foundation row. So the Tunisian twisted knit stitch is basically the knit stitch. You remember the foundation of our stitch where we have the front loop and the back loop. What we're going to do in this, let me get you a little bit closer for this so you can see. With our hook, we're going to pull this part of the stitch this way and then go in to the stitch and pull it up. We're basically going to be moving this space that we normally do the knit stitch in to over here, to this side of the back loop, by just pulling this over and then going into there. So that's the mechanics of it. Let me show you how it's done. So you're going to take your hook and you're going to snag that front bar and you're going to pull it gently. You don't need to yank on it. And then you're going to insert your hook, yarn over, and pull up a loop. And it's that simple. So we're moving this bar onto this side and doing our regular knit stitch. So again, we snag that front one, we pull it to the other side, yarn over, pull up a loop. Snag that front bar, pull it over so you're on the other side of that back bar, yarn over, pull up a loop. Snag the front bar, pull it to the other side of the back loop, insert your hook, yarn over, pull up a loop. It's really that simple. And when you get this row finish, you're going to see, pull that over, go into the other side, yarn over and pull up a loop. Pull that front leg, insert your hook, pull up a loop. And then we're just going to do the traditional edge stitch here. We're going to yarn over and pull up a loop. And we're still having 10 loops, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 on our hook. And we're just going to do the traditional return pass, chain 1, and then we're going to yarn over, pull through 2 all the way down. Very simple return pass. For the majority of your stitches, that's the return pass. There are some lacy ones that are going to be different, but for the majority of them, that's the return pass. So as you can see where this has gotten pulled over, and you can see the little bit of a twist that it has. See that? It's really a pretty stitch. You'll see it better once we get a few more rows in our sample. So again, take your hook, tug that over a little bit till you can see the back bar, insert your hook, yarn over, and pull up a loop. Just like that. Use your hook to pull that front loop over till you can see the back bar, insert your hook, and pull up a loop. And I split that yarn really bad there. So you take that front loop, or front leg, you pull it till you can see the back leg, then you insert your hook like you're doing the knit stitch, and yarning over and pulling up a loop. Super easy. Once you get into a rhythm, you can get this one done really fast, as fast as the knit stitch. But it just gives you a little bit of a design, element. So you pull that over just until you can see the back bar, insert your hook, yarn over, and pull up a loop. And then we're just going to do the traditional edge stitch where you're getting both loops, yarn over, pull up a loop. Then the return pass. Nice and easy, nice little rhythm. And you can see how it kind of gives you that, not necessarily, but you can see it's kind of twisted. It's giving you that little twisted look. It's a unique stitch, it's different, but it gives you something visually that's a little bit different than the knit stitch. So one more time, insert your, use your hook to pull it over till you can see that back bar, insert your hook, yarn over, and pull up a loop. Super easy. Let the hook do the work for you. See, there's the back bar. You're just going to go right in there, pull it over, insert your hook, yarn over, and pull up a loop. You don't have to pull it tight, just so you can see I pulled that one too tight before. The back bar, inserting your hook, and then pulling up a loop. You're literally just moving the space where you're using the knit stitch to the other side of that back bar. That's all you're doing. And then we're going to do our traditional edge stitch and the return pass. And isn't that a cute little stitch? You get that little bit of twist in there. It's so pretty, so easy. It may seem a little fiddly, but in the long run, I think it's worth it. I think if you're using the Afghan hooks, it might be a little difficult to grab because they aren't pointed. But I think if you practice and if you're comfortable, you can do it with any hook that you have available to you. So that is the twisted knit stitch. This is what it looks like from behind, just regular purl bumps on the behind. But you get this really cute twist of the knit stitch. It's just a cute little visual. So with that, that is the end of the Tunisian knit stitch. Okay, so isn't that a pretty stitch? I really like it. There is a pattern that I want to do a make along with, and we'll talk more about this probably in April. But if you have practiced along with me doing the knit, the purl, the simple, the full, the twisted knit, and I think that's it. Those stitches and combinations of those stitches are in this shawl, and it is gorgeous. I've talked to the designer. She's okay with us doing it as a crochet along, and it is a free pattern. I was able to find one that was a free pattern. So keep practicing those stitches. We'll talk more about this towards the end of March, beginning of April, before we start the crochet along, okay? So with that, you guys, I'm going to let you go. I hope you have a fantastic Tuesday. Take care of yourself. Give yourself some grace. But above all, be kind to everybody, and we will talk to you tomorrow. Have a great day.